welcome back to another Vlogcast. I am Heather, and I am pretty much everywhere out there now as heatheredknitz, or the knitting pastor as per this channel. And that's what I am. I am a pastor of two small member United Methodist churches in rural mid-Michigan, and I have a passion for knitting. And so I kind of do this vlog every other week, where I give you a glimpse of my knitting, give you a little bit of a glimpse of my life. So this is another one of those. Thank you for everyone who's coming back and watching these. And if you're new, I hope you like what you see. If not, move along, and I hope you find something that you do like. As I said, this is more of a vlog style podcast, or a vlogcast as I call them, because it's shorter clips of videos throughout the entire week, kind of chronicling what I've been up to throughout the week. I have a very busy schedule, so I find that to be much easier for me to keep up with and keep track of. So I just wanted to introduce myself and say hello, and today is Monday, February 4th. And it's been a really crazy couple of weeks since we last chatted. Obviously, there was a big winter storm that moved through the Midwestern United States, and I know it swung south and kind of up as well. And we definitely felt the effects of that big time. We got quite a lot of snow. I think we got probably 12 inches of snow on Monday of last week, and then got more squalls and stuff through Tuesday. Even though the storm had moved on, we're close enough to Lake Michigan that we get some residual lake effect snow, so we were getting a fair amount of that on Tuesday. Then we hit the sub-zero temperatures. We did not suffer quite as bad as like the western portion of the Midwest did, but we definitely went like 36 to 40 hours below zero, and that was not the most fun. The kids did not have school all week between the cold and the snow and all of the blowing, because there was a lot of wind and a lot of blowing. I believe our coldest straight temperature was -14, which I know isn't as bad as some places had. But I think our wind chill, the coldest I saw our wind chill was -34. So it was very, very cold. We didn't go anywhere for like 2 days because it was so cold. We just stayed inside, and the kids kind of lounged around and got some rest, and I was able to get some work done. And so it was really a very uninteresting week, so I'm kind of glad that last week was not the week that I was doing this, because it would not have been very exciting, because we just didn't do anything because it was so cold and so snowy. Now today it is 50 degrees and almost all of our snow is melted, and it's raining. So welcome to weather in Michigan. And I know it's like really corny and cheesy to talk about the weather, but I feel like there's so much happening with our weather patterns right now that it is kind of something to talk about, because we are getting a lot of very extreme pieces of weather. And I think we need to be aware of that, and aware that something is definitely causing that, and it's probably us, and we need to do something about that, because this isn't This is not anything I've ever experienced. I was telling the kids, this is the worst it had ever been in my entire life. I mean, I've lived in Michigan my whole life, and we had never had anything like that before that I can recall. So it was interesting, to say the least. But that is behind us. The kids are back to school this week. I am actually back to school this week as well. For those of you who don't know, I am in the process of going to seminary to obtain my Master's of Divinity degree, so I can seek ordination in the United Methodist Church. I have a license right now which allows me to serve as clergy in the church and to do the sacraments in the church to which I am assigned, but that's not a permanent status, and so I'm seeking ordination and going to seminary part-time, because I am full-time pastor, and I'm also a single parent of 2 children, Abby and Philip, who are 13 and 8 respectively. You probably saw at the beginning of this video my son playing basketball. He has started, his basketball games have started, so he is doing that. And you'll probably see some more diving because Abby is going to continue to practice diving even though the season is officially over. So we'll see some more of that probably this week. As for me, classes have started back up again. I am taking 2 because I just can't do more than that right now. And those are starting, and so I'm trying to get my brain back into that mode of things. And I'm going to see a lot less free time, which means a lot less knitting time, unfortunately. So today I did have a meeting earlier this morning with my district committee that kind of evaluates how things are going. So I had that this morning. That's done. I'm back home. Gonna have a little bit of lunch and then continue to get some work done before I have to go get kids from the school bus. I did, though, before I did that, I wanted to show you some knitting progress and the projects that I've been working on. So one of the things that I started doing last time was at the beginning of the week of the podcast, I showed you where I was with my projects, and then I showed it again at the end of the week to kind of see how things went throughout the week. So I currently have 3 things on my needles, which is a little more than I would like, but I think you'll understand why I have 3 things on my needles. I'll start with the first, most uninteresting one, and that's just my go-to on-the-go knitting, which is a pair of vanilla socks. These are going to be for David. This is a Knit Picks Stroll in the Inverness colorway. He has not quite proven himself ready for indie-dyed socks. He lost one of the socks that I made him, and that bothers me because they're hand-knit socks, and he can't find one of them. So until he can find his socks and learn to not put them in the dryer, he's gonna get, more big box socks. But that's okay. He doesn't care. He likes them a lot. And Knit Picks Stroll is a nice yarn. It's an inexpensive yarn, and it's nice for gift knitting and stuff like that because it is a little bit more durable, and it can go through the dryer and hold up okay. So I'm not all that far. I'm just partway into the leg of these socks. So that's my kind of in the dark, on the go, don't have to think about it, bus stop knitting because it's small and it's portable. The other project that I have going that is not small or portable by any stretch of the imagination is my Texture Time MCAL by Stephen West. It's no longer the MCAL. It's all been revealed. The MCAL was in October. So I have finished section 4 and I am finally on the border, which feels really good, but at the same time is really daunting because I have 630 stitches on my needles. That's a lot of stitches. So I'm going to try and show this as best I can because it is on the needles with doing the border, but this is the shawl. It is, as typical Stephen West style, gigantic. This is kind of how it goes. It's a very interesting shape. It's really hard to show being that it's on the needles. And I am now working on the border, and I'm not really all that far into that. But it takes a long time just to knit one row. And because this is so big, it's really not very portable at all. So it stays home and doesn't go anywhere because it's gigantic. So I'm working on that. And I'm kind of alternating days. One day I will work on this, and the other day I will work on this next project that I'm going to show you, which I am having so much fun with, and I absolutely love. This has been amazing, and this is getting really long, so I'm going to try to make this quick. This is the Sparkling Cider Hat by Voolenvine, Kristen of Voolenvine, and it is amazing. It is, I'm using an MCN base with mohair held double. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's super gray and gloomy, so maybe if I hold it back. But this is the hat. It's got a really cool cabled texture to it. And the really awesome thing, if I can get it to show up, is beads. I've never knit with beads before, so this is the first time I have done that, and I love it. And I really wish you guys could feel this. Can you see the halo going on with that mohair? It's so fuzzy and so nice. And like I said, I love the beads, and I love how it's knitting up and turning out. And this is knitting up super fast. It's a hat, so it's not just like it takes very long. So I'll probably wrap that. This will probably be done this week, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. With all the schoolwork, it's a question mark. So this is what I'm working on the other days, because I need something, one that is engaging, because this is engaging. It's got, a pattern to it, and it's got the beads, so it is a little bit more engaging. And for another thing, I need something that I feel like I'm going to finish in a timely manner, because I don't feel like I'm going to finish the shawl necessarily in a timely manner. So that is where we are at, starting this week off. So I'm going to take off for now and get some work done, and I will check in with you guys again at another time this week. February 6th, and we got an ice storm last night, so the kids do not have school again, and like everything is covered in ice. So once again, another day off for the children. Good morning. It's Thursday, February 7th, and school's been canceled again. So I have shut myself into my office this morning to try and get a little bit of work done, because when I'm home for snow days, the kids seem to think that mom can give them a whole bunch of attention, and my camera is slipping, that mom can give them a whole bunch of attention, and I still have work to do. It's not like I get a snow day either, per se. So that's what I'm doing this morning, because I have to finish my sermon. The color is going all kinds of wonky because of the light in here is like super bright and above my head, and it's doing weird things, so I apologize about that. So yeah, I'm gonna work in my office a little bit this morning. I don't know what it is about the snow days, because during the summer the kids and I are both here and they let me work. But there's something about the snow days that they think that I can give them, like I don't have to work too. So that's a little bit challenging, because obviously I want to spend time with them, but I really do need to get my work done. And especially with my classes having started this week, I have reading and I have assignments that I have to do now, which adds to the load, and that can get kind of overwhelming, and it can get very overwhelming. So I'm trying to kind of readjust myself back to that and keep my sanity. So that's what I'm going to be doing this morning, is getting some work done. I have gotten some knitting in, and I will show you guys that in more detail tomorrow. So knitting has happened. It hasn't been as much as I would like, but it has been happening. So I just wanted to say hello, and I am really getting tired of the snow days, because in the last 3 weeks, there have been 9 snow days. That's a lot of days off school. And so, they need to be in school. It's going to make things more challenging later on. And I just hope that it doesn't cause a lot of problems. And that, we can get back to some semblance of normal life, because when you're missing that much school and your routines are that messed up, it's hard to fall back into the rhythm when it's time to go back. So they'll probably have school tomorrow, because this storm system is supposed to move on. It's supposed to be like 50 today. It's all icy right now, but it's supposed to warm up and be 50. It's so bizarre. I don't even know. So I'm gonna get some work done, and I'll talk to you later. is now Friday afternoon, February 9th, 10th, 8th. It's the 8th. Oh my gosh. This was another one of those weeks where the kids had no school. We had kind of an ice storm. It wasn't so much snow, but it was really icy, and the roads were kind of bad. So once again, Wednesday and Thursday, they did not have school. I'm really grateful that they had school today because we've had a lot of togetherness. In the last 3 weeks, they have gone to school 6 days total. No, not even that many. 5 days total. So there has not been a lot of school happening because of the weather. And then Martin Luther King Day was in there, so that it kind of threw it all for a loop too. So not a whole lot of school, which has meant a lot of togetherness. And while I dearly love my children and enjoy spending time with them, sometimes you need a little bit of breathing space from them, especially, as I'm trying to get work done and stuff. It can be a little bit of a challenge. We are having a momentary bright spot today. There's been a lot of snow and blowing and squalls, and today's not really a very good day weather-wise either. I'm surprised the kids had school. It'll be okay, and then I'll look out the window and it's like a blizzard out there, but not really because we're not getting a ton of snow, but it's like whiteouts happening. So it's been interesting. But anyway, I just wanted to pop on and kind of get ready to close out this vlog this week by showing you my knitting progress. Really excitingly, I finished my sparkling cider hat, and oh my goodness, I love it so much. It is just, I love it. So you can kind of see it there. It's the first time I have ever worked with beads, and I'm kind of obsessed now with beads. I want to knit more things with beads because it was really kind of fun. Not super fast, mind you. You do kind of have to slow down a little bit for the bead rows, but I loved it. And I love this hat. It is so soft. You can see the mohair halo going on there, and it goes perfectly with my coat because I have like a dark purple coat. So this goes so well, and because of the beading on it and the mohair, I think it actually makes it dressy enough that if I have to do a funeral outside, I could wear this and still be okay. So I'm just gonna put it on real quick here and totally mess up my hair. I did one extra repeat because I did kind of want it to be a little bit more slouchy. You can kind of see there. And I wanted it to be a little bit more slouchy, so I did one extra repeat. And now Abby loves it a lot, and she wants one too. Wow, I am like so colorful at the moment. It does not go with what I'm wearing, but that's okay. So yeah, so this is my sparkling cider hat, which, like I said, I really love. I really love how it turned out, and I'm just super, super happy with it. And Abby wants one, and so, but she wants different beads so we can tell them apart. So I might make her one. I probably won't leave this on, so now I've got crazy hair. But I really did enjoy it, and I'm really pleased with it. And I kind of want to knit more with mohair too. I was trying really hard not to jump on the mohair bandwagon, but I kind of understand why there is a mohair bandwagon because this is so soft. I'm thinking the no frills pullover maybe needs to happen because that's also knit with mohair, and a sweater that feels like this would kind of be awesome. Now, I don't know how my skin is going to react to the mohair. That's the one thing. So I want to wear the hat a little bit and see how much irritation it might give my forehead. Although my forehead does tend to get irritated by pretty much any kind of hat that I wear, so that maybe isn't the best judge. And I've rambled way too long about this hat. So this hat is done. I love it. I couldn't recommend the pattern more. You don't have to use the mohair or the beads if you just like the pattern. You can omit those steps. It's not like it's necessary to have that. So that is my finished object for the week. Now, I have been working too on a pair of vanilla socks for David, and I've got the leg almost done. I'm just about to the point where I'm going to be doing the heel. He wants a longer leg because he likes to wear the socks that I make him when he preaches, and I'm using this particular colorway because I think it'll work well with like black or gray pants. The other socks that I've made him have been more brown, which don't really work super well with black or gray pants. This colorway is from Knit Picks. It's their Stroll base, and the colorway is called Inverness. And it is kind of doing like a micro striping thing, which I was not expecting. I'd actually used this colorway once before to knit a pair of socks for Philip, and when I knit those for him, there was not any micro striping or pooling happening, but there is definitely some happening with this, which I don't mind. I think it looks kind of cool, and David likes it. So this is where I was at the beginning of the week. This is how much I've gotten done. There has not been a lot of bus stop time because there was not school for 2 days, and there wasn't really, there's only one day of practices. So there's not a lot that I got done with that. But, well, I mean, I guess that's a decent amount. But anyway, so the heels will be going into that pretty soon. My other project, as I'm still working on the Texture Time MCal, and I'm in the middle of a row because these rows are ridiculous. So I'm going to try and show this to the best of my ability, but I really don't want to drop any stitches because I hate picking up drop stitches. I mean, who does it? Who likes to do that anyway? So let me just try to show you where we are at. Now, when I started this week, here's my little progress keeper. It's kind of here. I just finished the first repeat, and now this is where I am at with my border. And I'm going through and I'm back now to the more blue color. I'm getting there. I think I'm about halfway done now with the border. And it feels like it goes so slow because there's so many stitches. There's over 600 stitches on the needles with this, so it feels like it takes a long time. But this is really kind of cool, actually, the way the texture that this is getting. So I'm really curious to see how this is gonna end up playing out so far. It's kind of like I can cover myself up with this like a blanket when I am working on it because it is so gigantic. So that's where I am with that one. Classes have started this first week. It's taking me a little bit of brain space to kind of go, okay, wait, now I have to go back to doing schoolwork in addition to all of my other work. So that's a little bit daunting and overwhelming, and I'm trying not to let myself get too overwhelmed with that. So, but I'm not going to go into that anymore here. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit more in the weeks to come. So that has been my week. Not real exciting. Winter in Michigan, when it gets like this, is not super exciting because you get kind of stuck at home and you can't really go and do a whole lot of stuff. So, but we're doing the best that we can. Next week I will not be vlogging, but I will the week after that. So I hope to see you guys all again in 2 weeks. I hope those of you who are being affected by winter weather, that you're sticking it out and finding ways to keep yourself sane. I hope all of you are doing well, and I will talk to you again in a couple of weeks.